Hello. Everybody can hear me, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Carmencita Perez Velasquez. I'm originally from Lorain, Ohio, which is right outside of Cleveland. My parents were both born in Puerto Rico. My first language is English. This will be the first time I say that in public, isn't it crazy? Everybody's like, wow, my God. I am pure Boricua, but, you know, I was asked, well, I've been living in Arizona now for 3 years. Prior to that, I was living in St. Louis for 12. I am a traveling hairdresser. I am the one who created Team Rubio de Puerto Rico by accident. That was an accident. Thank you, Yadi, for that. I don't even know where to begin. I didn't write anything down. Gretchen was like, just be yourself. And I said, well, okay, I'll be myself. So when I first moved to Arizona, I saw no Puerto Ricans except 2 that I knew from my hometown, 3, Mikey, Mambo, Mikey de Leon, and my husband. So then I started going to the picnics. Mikey was like, come to these picnics, and I started seeing people here and there, and trying to socialize and get to know people, and then my husband and I got married, and then I joined this band. It's a Latino band with Tejano, you know. They do Tejano music, so Puerto Rican girl doing Tejano music, but I started to see Puerto Ricans here and there and was so excited to see when in the grocery store I would follow somebody and they're like, yeah, and then it would be so exciting to me to know that there were Puerto Ricans here if I was going to live in Arizona. And then the hurricane happened and my whole life changed. The anger and the frustration that you feel towards society, including governmental society, threw me over the edge. So I am now an activist. I've never really been an activist except for I volunteer for the Dream Center, which is a United States-wide homeless shelter. I've donated, I've done things in the Dominican Republic, you know, teach women how to do hair with no electricity and no running water. That's not easy. And I've done it, trust me, I've done it. So we became activists, my husband and I had an idea to spend 17 days in John McCain's office, offering him a Puerto Rican flag every day. And, you know, when you're born in the United States, and you have this connection to this beautiful land that your parents are from, it becomes more prevalent when you see that. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. It becomes more prevalent when you see people around you that you see every day pretend and act like nothing like that has happened to Puerto Ricanos in the island that we are all from. We are not part of the United States bloodline-wise, even when we're born in the United States. So that made it even more prevalent for me, because you start to see people's real feelings and personalities and emotions towards the situation that's happening in the island. So my husband and I became activists, and I spent 17 days in John McCain's office offering him to come to a unity march of Puerto Rico in Washington, D.C. that happened on November 11th, the same day that Christopher Columbus discovered Puerto Rico, quote unquote. So ever since then, it has been a nonstop for me, and I will never stop. I have a lot to offer this community. I'm a hairdresser by trade. I am also a singer by trade. Now I am an activist. I do know how to search and find and get what we need. Networking. I'm pretty good at networking also, but if networking is just getting the word out and finding a way to find 60,000 Puerto Ricanos in the state of Arizona, then let me have that opportunity to do that and be part of a group that will actually help the people that come from Puerto Rico that are living here, to help them become more educated about the United States if they choose to stay here, and we can help them, support them spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and teach them that they have the right to stand up and to vote and to learn how to vote and educate them on voting. And if they decide they want to go home and want to go back to Puerto Rico, then we should have every right to be able to support them as a group, to encourage them to go home and help them to be able to go home to a safe place. I believe that this group can do a lot for our own people, for our people here and for our people in Puerto Rico. There are so many ideas running through my head, and I know that all these beautiful people here have these same ideas. We only have to talk about them, write them down, and plan them and make them come alive. And if I have the opportunity to be a part of this group, be a board member, I'm still confused about board members and all that kind of stuff, but if I have a chance to become a board member, I'm honored to have that opportunity to work with other powerful, passionate people who want to help other people, and also to educate the other Latinos and the other, Anglo-Saxons and African Americans and all the other cultures that live here in Arizona that don't know who we are and what we do and how much we love our own and how much we just love life and love people. And I think that's very, very important. And I don't know what else. I'm very grateful. Thank you, Gretchen, for calling me and had that conversation. And I have a lot to offer. I don't know what else to say. I've sang for soldiers overseas. I've done, volunteer work as much as I have, and I have become an activist unwillingly, but now I'm very willing to stand up. And I've been to Puerto Rico also. We volunteered. My husband and I went to Puerto Rico and volunteered, and I did hair in an orphanage in Dorado, and did some hair in Loiza and some other places, and just help people with their roofs. And there's so much to be talked about when it comes about what's happening to our people in Puerto Rico and how people are becoming. So, okay, Jack, that's it. Thank you.